You don't call and the sunlight loves you. When the room is full and loud, you call and the laughter disappears. When your pride won't say it out, then I pick up like it's destiny, like I wasn't waiting there. A little too ready, a little too quiet, pretending I don't care. You tell me things you won't tell her, soft confessions, midnight blue. I hold your words like crystal glasses. I'm scared to set down, scared to lose. I make you feel less lonely while I practice being small. And you thank me like a habit, you forget to name it all. I learn your storms by heartbeats, by the pauses in your breath. I say the lines that calm you down. I love you in my head. But love that only lives in shadows never gets to touch the day. So I smile into the darkness and let you drift away. Sometimes you say you're different, like it's gold, like it's a key. But different doesn't mean you choose me, it just means you get me free. And I'm tired of being medicine for a wound I didn't make. I'm tired of being almost something you only need on breaks. Still, if your name lights up my screen, I feel my courage start to bend. I hate the way my heart says home to someone who won't let me in. So call me when it's empty, call me when you want to breathe. I'll answer like a stranger who can't remember how to leave. The apartment is quiet like us lately, not peaceful, just out of words. The TV talks to fill the space, and neither of us listens, it hurts. You sit close, but somewhere far, your eyes on a different day. And I keep folding my feelings small, so they won't get in the way. We used to touch like punctuation, a comma, a pause, then more. Now we pass like polite strangers in the hallway at the door. I ask, how was your day, like habit? You answer like you're done, and I nod Not like I'm okay with it, like loneliness is fun. I miss the sound of your real laugh, the one you didn't edit down. Now everything is gentle and careful, like love is a fragile crown. I wonder when we started saving our tenderness for later. Later never comes, it just gets colder, and we don't name it either. Some nights I lie beside your breathing and feel like a guest in bed. I memorize the distance between us like a song I never said. I wanna shake the silence loose to make it fall and break, but I'm tired of being the only storm in a room that won't awake. So I whisper into the ceiling, I'm still here, I'm still trying. And you turn over half asleep, like you can't hear my crying. The apartment stays quiet like us lately, two hearts learning to drift, not with a fight, not with a reason, just with the loss of lift. Come sit by the window with a city light. Let the night be quiet, let it hold your hands. You don't have to be brave for anybody here. You don't have to understand. If your chest feels heavy like a winter coat, leave it on the chair, let it rest. I'll make the room a little warmer. I'll love you at your best. I know it hurts in places you can't name, like a song you can't finish humming. But heartbreak is not a verdict, baby, it's a storm that keeps on running. Let the tears come honest and slow, like saxophone in midnight air. You're not weak for feeling everything, you're alive, that's rare. You gave your heart like it was sunlight, and they didn't know how to keep it bright. That's not a flaw in you, my love, that's just their kind of night. Don't turn your tenderness into stone, don't punish the girl who tried. You don't have to shrink your sweetness because someone walked outside. Tomorrow won't ask you to smile perfectly, it'll only ask you take it in small cups of courage, sip by sip and leave. And when their name comes back like a wave, we'll let it rise, let it pass. You're not the heartbreak you're holding, you're the shore you'll last. So stay soft, darling, stay soft. Even if it feels unfair, one day your laughter will come back home and find you waiting there. And if you can't believe that yet, borrow my faith tonight. I'll hold it for you gently till your morning turns to light. It's 2 a.m. and my phone is a lighthouse, shining for a ship that won't return. I scroll through silence like it's scripture, hoping there's a lesson I can learn. Your last message sits like a closed door, polite, perfectly incomplete. I read it like a prayer for mercy and lose it at your feet. The room is dressed in velvet hours, soft shadows, slow breath, dim light. My dress hangs quiet on the chair, like it also lost the will to fight. I pour a little wine for courage, then let it cool, then let it wait. Because every sip tastes like a memory that I can't accommodate. I used to know your moods by footsteps, by the way your keys would turn. Now I only know the sound of nothing and the way my thoughts burn. I asked the ceiling for a reason, I asked the mirror for a sign, but all I get is my own face, trying not to cry. They say don't chase what doesn't choose you, say let it go, let it fade. But love is not a neat decision, it's a mess we're brave to make. And I was brave in all the wrong places, I stayed gentle, I stayed true. Now my kindness feels like an open window in a storm that came through. So if you ever hear this song drifting from a club with a tired saxophone, know it's me learning how to disappear without turning my heart to stone. I won't send another "Are you okay?" I won't beg for what you won't give, but I'll I'll keep one last line unsaid, the part where I still love you and live. I dress up like I'm going somewhere, but it's only to your side. You look at me like a warm solution, like a place to briefly hide. Your compliments are soft and careful, never crossing certain lines, like you're petting a borrowed miracle you don't plan to keep as mine. You say don't overthink it, like my feelings are a game, but I'm not built for half-light love, for kisses without a name. I'm built for slow, for honest, for mornings that don't feel wrong. Yet here I am in evening hours, writing you into every song. I watch you check your phone like prayer, waiting for her to appear, and I pretend I don't notice how your heart is not here. You laugh at something I say, then drift and come back again, like I'm the pause between your real life and the life you can't defend. If I ask you for the truth, you'd say you don't wanna hurt me, but you hurt me in the gentlest way, by making it my mercy. I give you space, I give you silence, I give you my best smile, and you take it like a given thing that's yours for a little while. So here I stand in satin patience, second choice, soft and clean. I hate how pretty I can look while living in between. One day I'll wear this dress for someone who wants my whole name, not a part. But tonight I'm just your afterthought, with a first class heart. We share the same couch, same old blanket, but it feels like separate trains. You laugh at something on your screen, I count the quiet in the frame. Your shoulder brushes mine by accident, and my heart still reacts. It's strange how love can stay alive in the smallest aftershocks. I bring you coffee in the morning, you say thanks without a face. Not cruel, just busy, just somewhere else, just moving at a different pace. And I start to miss you early, before the day even begins, because I can feel you leaving slowly in 1,000 little things. We talk about the weather, about bills, about the sink. We don't talk about the heaviness that grows each time we blink. I wanna ask if you still want me, but I'm scared of the reply. So I let the question live in my throat and swallow it down dry. Your phone lights up like a small sunrise, and your eyes light up too. I hate the jealousy of it. I hate that I'm jealous of you. I remember when my name was enough to make your whole day change. Now I'm part of the furniture, familiar and strange. We share the same couch, different worlds, 2 cities in 1 room. And I keep hoping for a bridge to form before the love is gone too soon. If we don't say it out loud, will the loneliness behave? Or will it keep growing between us, like water in a grave? I brought you coffee for the after, for the silence that follows goodbye. It's not a cure, it's just a small comfort for the hours that don't know why. Your hands are shaking, your voice is thin, like you spent your whole heart in one day. Come lean on me like a slow drifting tune. We don't have to talk right away. Tell me the story the way you need to, with all the messy parts included. I won't correct your memory, honey. I know grief gets diluted. If you love them hard, it makes sense that losing feels this loud. The love you gave is still beautiful. It doesn't vanish in a crowd. I'll remind you of the things you forget when pain takes up all the room. How you make strangers feel safe, how you bring spring into gloom, how your kindness isn't too much, how your hope isn't naive. You were not made for half love, and you don't have to grieve. Let's take a walk when the sun is shy, when the streets are soft and slow. We'll let the wind do some carrying, let it take what you can't hold. And if you stumble, that's alright, I'll match my steps to yours. Healing isn't a straight line, love, it's jazz in perfect chords. Drink your coffee for the after, for the you that's still in there. Not broken, just bruised by devotion, just learning how to repair. And when your heart asks, was I enough? I'll answer steady and true. You were enough from the beginning. They just didn't know what to do. There's a cigarette moonlight over the balcony, thin silver trembling in the air. I don't smoke, but I understand how something burns just to be there. Jacket still smells like late night trains and cheap cologne and borrowed time. I wear it like a quiet punishment to keep you close in my mind. The jazz downstairs is slow and bruised, a drummer counting with his heart. Each brush on the snare is a soft confession of all the ways we fell apart. I remember you laughing at my seriousness, calling me beautifully afraid. Now I'm serious in an empty room, and you're gone like a chord unresolved, delayed. I tried to date the future quickly, put on red lipstick, play it cool. But every new hand feels like winter, every new mouth feels like a rule. Because you were my one exception, my warm mistake, my favorite sin. And I hate that I can still forgive you for not letting me in. If you came back with an honest face and a suitcase full of truth, I don't know if I'd call it destiny or just a wound with better youth. I'd ask you where you ran to when I needed you to stay. Then I'd hold my breath for your answer and break anyway. So I stand with the cigarette moonlight, watch the city swallow dawn. I whisper your name to the railing like it's a song that can't go on. And when the sun turns everything ordinary, I'll fold this night and put it away. Another small perfect tragedy. I survived, but couldn't outplay. hands find mine like punctuation, only when you need a pause. You hold me like a quiet sentence with no future and no cause. And I let it be enough, I let it be something at least. Because starving hearts are generous when hope is thin, when pride is least. You kiss me like you're thinking, like you're elsewhere in your mind. I taste the distance on your mouth, the ghost of what you can unwind. I wanna ask, is it her? But I swallow every word, because questions make it real. We meet in places with no memory, so the walls won't tell on you. I become a secret hallway you walk through when you're confused. And I hate myself for smiling when you finally say my name, as if my heart is a small hotel and loneliness is why you came. You say you're not ready, and I nod like I'm mature. But what you really mean is ready for me, you're not sure. Still I offer you my warmth like it doesn't cost my soul, like I'm not paying interest on a love you never owed. When you leave, the room stays touching me, your cologne on my hair. I sit with the echo of your footsteps and pretend it's fair. Borrowed hands, broken hours, that's the bargain I keep choosing. And the saddest part is knowing I'm the one who keeps on losing. There's a sentence we don't finish, hanging soft in the air. It starts with I feel and disappears like we never put it there. You clear your throat, I look away. We choose the easy route, and the truth keeps circling the room with no door to go out. I rehearse my honesty in private, in the mirror, in the dark. But when you finally sit beside me, my courage loses its spark, because you look so tired of everything, and I don't want So I become my own small secret, and it makes me sad. You say I'm overreacting, I say you don't care. We trade these little knives at midnight and call it being fair. Then we apologize too quickly, like we're racing past the pain. But apologies without changes are just weather in the rain. I miss the way we used to argue, at least we were alive. Now we avoid the edge completely, and somehow we don't survive. We smile at friends, we act like comfort, we play our part so well. But in the quiet I hear the distance ring like a slow church bell. So here's the unsaid over and over. I'm lonely even when you stay. I'm scared we're turning into roommates who have nothing left to say. If love is still here somewhere, let it speak, let it bruise, let it try. Because silence is a clean goodbye that never asks why. They don't get to keep your name, man. Not the way you said it softly. They don't get to own your mornings or the jokes you tell when you're lonely. I know it feels like you lost the country, like you woke up exiled and new, but your life is still your language, and it still speaks you. Take off the blame like heavy earrings. They were never meant to fit. You didn't fail at loving, sweetheart. You were simply brave with it. Some people only borrow warmth, then leave the window open wide. That's on them, not on your heart. Don't let it change your tide. Tonight we'll play the slowest record. Let the trumpet tell the truth, that sorrow has a certain beauty when it's held with gentle roots. We'll light a candle courage, not for what you couldn't save, because trying is a kind of victory that the lonely never praise. If you miss them, I won't shame you. Missing is just love with no place. But you don't have to chase what left. You don't have to beg for grace. You can miss and still move forward. You can ache and still be free. You can carry all your softness without handing out the key. So breathe, my friend, breathe slowly. Let the night loosen its grip. Your name is still yours tomorrow, even with a cracked lip. And one day you'll say it laughing, in a room that feels like truth. Not because you stopped believing, but because you chose you. I owe you a blue note apology, the kind that bends but doesn't break, a sorry with bruised edges, too late to stop the ache. I used to think love was loud proof, flowers, promises, bright displays. Now I know love is a quiet witness to the ordinary ways it stays. I left you alone with my distance, with my I'm fine, with my pride. I made you read my mind like sheet music while I kept my fear inside. And you were all patience and steady, until patience turned into pain. I watched you get tired of trying, and I still didn't change. There's a table by the window at our old place, where the waiter still knows my face. He doesn't ask about you anymore, he gives me space, I take my space. I stir my drink until it's watered, like I can dilute regret. But the heart doesn't forget by mixing, it remembers in every breath. If I could rewrite the small moments, the careless words, the shutting doors, I'd choose softness like a habit, choose you like I should have before. I'd tell you I was scared of needing, scared you'd see I'm not enough. But fear is a cheap excuse in daylight, and at night it isn't love. So here it is, no grand return, no dramatically, no scene. Just me admitting I was clumsy with something sacred and unseen. If you've already found your peace, I won't pull you back into my storm. I'll keep my blue note apology and learn to sing it warm. In daylight, you call me buddy. A laugh, a shrug, a safe disguise. And now you come undone in my doorway with tired truth in your eyes. You talk about you're complicated, about how love makes you weak. And I nod like I'm just listening while my heart forgets to speak. I make tea, I make comfort, I make excuses for you too. I translate your chaos into meaning, so you don't have to. And you look relieved, you look lighter, as if I'm a place to rest. But you never ask what it cost me to always give my best. I know the map of your sadness, every street where it likes to roam. I know the names of your exes, the songs you can't play alone. And you know my favorite color, maybe my birthday if you try. Because my life is background music to the story you live out loud. Sometimes you fall asleep beside me, your shoulder heavy warm. I stay still like a held-back ocean, so I don't wake the storm. I wanna slide my fingers through your hair and tell you I've been here, not just as therapy and heals, not just as someone dear. Morning comes, you straighten your jacket, you say you're the best, then go. And I'm left with a grateful sentence that doesn't help me grow. If I'm the friend you only need at night, then I'm a lamp, not a sun, always on when you feel lonely, turned off when you found someone. Unfolding laundry like a ritual. Shirt, socks, our ordinary life. The kind of love they never sing about. Steady hands, a quiet knife. Because every clean white t-shirt smells like the distance growing near. And I can't tell if I'm being dramatic or if something disappeared. You come home and drop your keys down, your face still full of day. I ask if you want dinner, you say whatever, then look away. And whatever hits my ribcage like a door that doesn't close. It's not the word, it's the emptiness, the way it shows what it shows. Ooh, yeah. To dance in the kitchen, bare feet, cheap wine, a song. Now the kitchen is only lighting where we stand and move along. I stir the pot, you check your phone. Two planets sharing heat, and I wonder when our small romance became this tired routine. I don't need fireworks, darling. I don't need a movie scene. I just need your eyes to land on me like I still mean what I mean. But you're saving all your softness for a future I can't see. And I'm left with laundry and longing and the fear of we. So I hang our coats like endings, careful, straight and neat. I kiss you goodnight like habit, and the habit tastes incomplete. If you ever miss me while I'm here, if you ever feel it too, say something in the doorway before I learn to leave like you. Ooh. Let's sit on this midnight bench a while, where the street lamps speaking gold. You don't have to make a meaning yet. You don't have to be so bold. Just tell me what your heart is doing. Is it racing? Is it tired? I'll listen like a patient drummer to the rhythm you've survived. I know you keep replaying details, the if only, the maybe, the then. But love is not a courtroom, darling. You don't have to cross-examine. You did what you knew how to do with the heart you had that day. Be kind to that version of you. She's not the one afraid you'll never feel that spark again, afraid the world turned gray. But color comes back quietly, like dawn without a parade. First you'll taste your favorite music, then you'll laugh without a fight. And one night you'll realize you went a whole hour feeling light. When loneliness taps your shoulder, don't answer with their name. Answer with your own small rituals, a bath, a book, a flame. Call me when the memories get loud. Call me when you can't sleep. I'll bring the calm, you bring the hurt. We'll keep it, we'll keep. So here's my midnight bench advice, simple as a slow piano. Don't confuse your deep devotion with something you should outgrow. It's a gift and it's a compass, even when it points through pain. You will love again, my friend, not the same but true again. The city wears its rain like perfume tonight. The streetlights melting into gold on the glass. I walk past the same small window of blue, where we used to laugh too soft, too fast. The piano somewhere counts the seconds down, and every note is a step I can't undo. I keep my hands in my pockets like secrets, trying not to reach for you. Your name is in the smoke above the bar, spelled out in shapes that never stay. I hear your voice in strangers turning pages, in the quiet things I never learned to say. I told myself love is only a season, but winter came and didn't leave. Now I'm warming my heart with borrowed lights, asking the night to believe. We were a record with the needle worn, still playing through the crackle inside. You held my sadness like it was a melody, and I held your leaving like a lie. If I had known the last kiss was the last, I'd have made it slow, made it sacred, made it stay. But time is a thief with clean white gloves, and it took you anyway. The bridge is empty, the river is dark, and my reflection won't practice being fine in every language, but the truth still trembles when it tries. Your promises are postcards without addresses, beautiful words with nowhere to land. So I fold them up inside my coat and let them warm my hand. Tomorrow I will drink my coffee straight, pretend I like the bitter taste. I'll smile at people like it doesn't hurt, like my heart is not a crowded place. But tonight, under neon and rainfall, I let the tears do what they do. I let the city sing my goodbye for me, because I still